is a GIF of a 45-minute drawing in just 1 minute. You can see all the steps that I took to trace my face and add details and color in all of the bits with different kinds of brushes and add details, fun things that might not exist, adding shadows and deeper values, all to create this image. Time to take a selfie. Try to make it something that you actually are going to want to work on this whole time, and so I'm going to get pretty close. Okay, so there we go. Oh, I see. ibisPaintX. I'm going to hit this plus sign down here at the left-hand side. I'm going to choose the size that I want. So if you feel a little cramped, you can always pinch it to make it smaller and you can see exactly what you're doing. Go down to the layers. We are going to add a picture. Import picture. And oh my. That's hilarious. If that is the best I can do, that is the best I can do. Sometimes it does not provide you with what you need, and so you just need to improvise. Okay. Simplified it with black and white. So here we have our layers, and I actually want to be tracing on top of my picture. And so now that I am tracing on the correct layer, I'm going to grab a brush, and I can pick whatever brush I want except for the ones that are add based. I do want a nice sharp opacity, 100%, means you can't see through it. I'm going to make it a little bit thinner, and here we go. So if I can't quite see something that I want to trace, I can actually get closer. So I can start tracing. Tracing is not necessarily drawing exactly what you see. It's tracing the stuff that you recognize is what you need to create the impression that you're looking for. Two-finger pinch moves it to a new location. There's this button down here that switches between your eraser and your pen. I really don't like what I did here, so I can very quickly switch back and forth. When you are rotoscoping, you want to trace as true to form while also emphasizing the things that you want to emphasize. Like for example, I have pretty frizzy hair, and I would like to capture that in my picture. Whoa! Now, if you have a line like that that just went haywire, you can hit up here on the top left side, just go back one step. It's detail-driven work, but I would say it's pretty fun. Sometimes my eyes skip. It's just my brain playing tricks on me. If you feel timid about tracing your picture, just remember you have the undo button, and you also have the eraser, and you also have multiple layers that you can play upon. So really, this is like stress-free art right here. And you can just take your time or work quickly, however you want to do it. Getting the correct areas of dark and light is really important in this sort of a drawing. It's going to make it look a little bit more realistic. Lighter and a little bit thinner. I'm going to get in here and do some lines, add some texture to the hair. Get some whites and make some of these reflections on the glasses. Sometimes if you push too hard, you actually pick up the color that you were using before, so just have to be careful not to do that. And then I'm going to put that little reflection in there. Attention to detail is really, really cool. It creates this intense reality. I like to pretend that my eyes are green. They are a little bit brown. And so I'm going to add a little bit more red to that. Definitely got a little bit of pink to the eye in here. You don't really have to color in everything. So that adds a little bit of visual interest. I'm going to go back over to my layers. I'm going to turn off the eyeball and see how my drawing looks so far. So far so good. Kind of like it. Hair's a little bit off. Everything's a little tiny bit off, but it's not a huge deal. Now, if you would like to, you can add another layer here with this plus sign and then put that behind the picture that you have drawn. And you can use the color of this, like trying to find my skin color. That's a little closer. Yeah, that's pretty good. Aha! I have flipped my eraser and my pen. Whoops. The cool thing about this is that you can just kind of color. The drawing is going to stay on top because of the order of the layers. It's really important to get your skin color looking good. Although you don't have to color in your skin color like this, you do have to fill it in somehow and create a solid layer instead of a see-through layer. I always use see-through layers because of this sort of situation. The shadows. Getting the light and dark correct in your picture is really, really important. The edges of things, especially as they round off into the distance, creates a little bit of a darker value. You'll notice I'm just going to get darker a little at a time. I'm building up the shadows in the deepest areas of my drawing. Now, I've always wanted my hair to be purple, and it has been purple for a really long time. Unfortunately, it hasn't been in a while, and I am going to use a little bit of make-believe right now. I would like to make a new layer for this. I would like to make this layer underneath the layer that I made of my skin, and then I can add extra colors as needed, but I won't be coloring on top of what I've already done. But there is going to have to be a little bit of hair color on top of the skin as well. And actually, that's going to be a lot darker. Give that fluffy effect. And then I am going to change the brush so that I can have a few strands. Also, my glasses are purple. I think I've got to work on my lips a little bit because they don't really look natural. Oh, that's right. I did my lips on a different layer. Did my lips on this layer. So this is the layer that I'm going to have to work on. So I need to do something with my shirt. I think that I can actually use the bucket for this. The bucket is going to fill. I have a dark gray shirt on, and I can just dump that in. Interestingly, it did not fill in a few places. It worked better this time. Probably can do some darker purples, even like indigos, where there are shadows. Let me find the hair. I'm gonna go in here. Oop. Spray this on again. Really cannot be overstated how important value is to color. See, I have my shirt here. My shirt definitely needs some value on it. You might be wondering why I'm still using this purple, because the purple is overpowering on the top. And so I'm going to use the purple to accent the shirt. Actually, I want to see my shirt again. Oh, I need to turn off that light and, okay. Let's see what I need to do. We have a lot of darkness up in this top right hand corner. The bottom left hand corner therefore also needs some darkness. I don't make the rules. It's just when you're trying to balance like that, it looks great. You actually go back in and delete this layer. Oh, I am now going to save this. Save as transparent PNG. Definitely want it transparent because I want that white in the background to show up. So this back arrow is where you save it, and then now you can go back to your gallery. And there we go. And so there you have it. We're done with the rotoscope portion. Bye.